This has got to be the ugliest damn truck ever conceived of by man.
Yes, that's why I bought it. And next month, I'm driving it home.
Yes.
5 hours.
Oh my God, it's got a dome light. This is a high dollar truck. But the things you look for on an old truck that tell you it's a high dollar truck, it has a radio. It has heat.
2 inches of gravel dust.
And it has a 318. And this is not a LA 318. This is not your standard issue Turdmobile 318. This is a polyspherical 318. It is in good shape. Look at the back of that. You know, maybe they offer these with a full glass window? I'm helping. Yeah, I'm pushing. Yep. Man, Jess is going to be so happy when she comes home and sees this right here. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Look at that. What the hell is the...
I don't know. It's not hooked wired to anything. The wires are just hanging. But I got to figure it out.
Oh, okay.
I got it.
Yeah, we got to know what that is for sure.
Wow, look at the amount of dirt just...
To run a thing over. You know, it's not all ate up with rats.
Well, they would have had to get a permit to excavate to get down to something. So I pulled a spark plug just to see if it was rusted, and it wasn't.
Oh, it spins over good. This thing's going to run in 5 minutes flat.
You think so?
Absolutely. You're changing the oil and everything, big shot.
Fucking right.
That oil's perfectly good in there. That's the good stuff. It's new old stock.
Yeah.
They list a filter for a Poly 318. That is a cartridge filter. So that has an element that goes inside of it. When you drop it off, you replace the element, put it back in, instead of a spin-on filter.
Are you ready for the extreme oil fill?
Yeah.
With the VR1.
And no new oil filter? Because it doesn't need it anyway.
Well, they don't have one.
Wait, you're just free-balling that?
Oh, yeah, we're going to free-ball this shit.
Oh. Oh, man. Oh, Jim. Oh.
There we go.
My grass.
Don't make me laugh, fucker.
Fuck. God damn it.
Quit making me laugh, damn it.
You want a funnel? God damn it. Yeah, that works a lot better.
Yeah, I asked for a funnel. You wouldn't get me one.
Start off by checking the points. They're probably corroded. The rotor out of my way. It looks really good. No, they're free. They don't even look that bad. Yeah, we'll sand them just in case. I think the gravel dust protected it. We got to hot wire the thing.
Yeah, because Tim didn't give us keys.
Bastard.
So, car guy tip. If you're going to buy an obscure truck, make sure you take it to your friend's house where he has one almost like it so you can pillage his parts.
We figured instead of hot wiring it, we'd try drilling out the lock cylinder and seeing if we could turn it with a screwdriver. That looks perfectly fine. Rust is a great conductor of electricity. Okay, it's in neutral allegedly. Nothing do happen. Rated my used battery cable stash for that half-melted homemade battery cable. It's made out of a jumper cable, probably. Jim, you probably ought to get this thing running soon.
I know.
We've got rain moving. Yeah, we may just not have any power in here, even with the cleaned up battery. Oh, yeah, I got power on the ignition switch now.
Okay.
All right. So you got power into the ballast. Got power out of ballast. And up. Well, I've found the problem. You know, I was an electrician.
I made sure to use the positive side of that speaker wire for you.
That's good. It's the copper stuff.
Yeah, well, we didn't want the ground side because it wouldn't work.
The key is on. We have power on the coil. Our jury-rigged ignition switch was good enough to get power to the coil, but not good enough to crank. We have sparks at the...
Ooh, wow, I already saw it.
It's energized, that's for sure.
Okay.
She'll run.
Let's get it to crank over. You sure this is neutral?
Oh, find out.
Let's spin it over just a little bit.
A little bit more.
Okay, hold up.
Our lack of spark led us to suspect the ancient coil wire on the truck. It's literally wire. It's not carbon impregnated fiber. That is literally copper wire.
But did they use the positive side of the speaker wire?
Oh shit, it's date coded 1966.
Once again, get a truck that your friend has one in his yard so you can pillage parts.
Yeah, we know this coil wire's good. There. Wait a minute. Has this been running like this on this truck? Probably. What? Yeah, there's no electrode broke off in the coil. It's just been running like that.
Just arcing.
Let's see if I find another one just in case. Okay, I found a better coil wire. We can see if the points are working, if the coil is discharging by grounding the coil against something metal. Nothing.
Nothing, nada.
Alright, let's clean those points up a little bit better. That's pretty good.
That's half-inch gap. Where do you gap your plugs at? Quarter, 3/8 of an inch, something like that. Let's look inside the cap.
Okay. Feel that spark plug.
I know, they're really bad.
It's rigid.
Yeah.
Well, we got good spark out of the coil, so we probably...
Let's try it.
Nothing.
Nothing. Plug wires. O'Reilly's didn't have anything listed, of course. Well, you could make them, but I'm not making 8 plug wires.
Realizing that we probably had 8 bad plug wires, I set off to scrounge up as many as I could find, and we also decided to pull all the plugs out of it and just take a peek at them too. Yeah, that's not gonna run. Neither is that one. Clean them or new ones?
I got new ones.
Alright. Ah, O'Reilly strikes again.
Jesus Christ.
Like, seriously.
How do you f up a spark plug? Yeah, like I said, we're going to clean these.
Well, we've inspected 2 spark plugs and they're bad. You got 2 plug wires over here that are rotted off.
That'd be 3.
Oh, 3. Yeah. So we're down to, it was trying to run on 2 cylinders out of 8.
You got firing order for the distributor cap, or should we be a little more careful with what we're doing here?
1A436572.
Oh, okay, then we're good.
Scrape all the mud and crap out from around these plugs just to get them out.
Revival/archaeological dig.
Yeah. Well, every single one of these is destroyed. So I'm going to go professionally refurbish them. I'll be back.
I'm going to crank this over and blow all the mud out.
10-4. To the refurbishing tool. Now to finish the job with the refurbishing spray. 8 brand new plugs.
Completely refurbished.
Oh yes, only the best for you. Now that's confidence.
Well, now that we have it completely rebuilt, we have a set of wires on there.
Oh, one really good one.
Yeah, baby. Get some fuel hooked to it.
Yep. Well, we got a fuel system. The paper towel?
No, I was trying to beat it.
That's going to free up that needle and seat. I think we need a clicky clack. Well, this all seems up to spec to me. Once it starts to come out of the throttle shaft, you know there's gas in it.
Oh, and it's coming out of the fitting there too.
Oh. Well, that's less good. Run off the carb first?
Yeah, let's see what's in here.
This could only end well.
Yeah! Got a girl. Just got any readings on oil pressure or anything in there.
Yeah, 40 pounds. That's accurate. I think we got a sticky valve. We checked our firing order, it's good. Something's just a little off.
Firing right up.
Yeah.
Well, now it's smooth. Now it's running smooth.
I think that's as far as we go with this until we get a clutch master cylinder rebuild and a master cylinder rebuild.
Well, I'm coming back up first week of September. We'll finish her up.
Well, it's been a couple of weeks. Jim has returned with his friend Richie to get that Dodge truck running and driving home. You guys have been hard at work already this morning.
Yes, good morning, Dalton. Today started off simply with we want to get to work. In order to get to work, that meant we wanted to clean out the cab. The other passenger door did not open. Okay, so we're going to get the door panel off and get that open, which then required removing the rear seat back to get the last screw out. Then required us to take this door apart to see how the latch worked, to see if we were doing it right over there, which ultimately failed. So now we're taking the whole seat out this side.
Yeah, I mean, that's about right.
That's how it goes. Yeah. Then we can get to work.
Well, it's all right. It's not that much to do. It's just a complete brake system, fuel system, cooling system, clutch. I will happily be assuming my role as supervisor.
You've been promoted.
Yeah, it's about time. Why isn't that out yet? Ooh, there's a Pepsi can under there.
1963.
Dude, seriously. Oh, it's an A&W. It's 70s.
Yeah.
Look at that guy.
Yes.
That's a custom shifter boot.
Yes, denim.
Yep.
Whole shifter bushings.
I think you're vacuuming up about half of the seat. Oh, hey, don't forget the glove box. Rinse it all out now?
Yeah, I think we rinse everything out.
I'll get a hose. What are they doing, fish? What are they doing? Sanitary.
Getting it there. We got treasures in the glove box.
What do you mean? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Have fun with the treasures. Well, up she goes.
You want to put them on.
So what do you want to do first?
I think we're going to get into seeing what we have for clutch.
Look at that spindly little, is that an 8 1/4?
I think that's what they said they are. And according to what research I did with the data plate, it's got 355 gears.
I'm going to take care of the hard part, all right? Put the lock cylinder together. I'll install it. You don't have to ask. I got it. Hey, this whole truck's full of water. What the hell? Out with the old. In with the Chinese. Plug it in. There we go.
What'd you find there, Richie? Can you give us a demonstration?
The drum needs resurfaced slightly. Not a lot of braking.
I think it has been resurfaced.
Oh, I see.
Probably too many times. You got 3 brakes. You'll be fine.
It's lightweight for racing, less rotating
And
mass.
honestly, I don't know if we'd be able to get that hub. I forgot my tapered hub pull. I didn't realize it had tapered hubs.
You have 2 brakes. You have front brakes.
That's all you need.
You'll be fine. Better make sure we plug that line, though.
That would be good.
Because you only got a single pot master, so if it leaks, you'll die. Even if we could get brake drums for these rear brakes, we can't do much. Because Chrysler, in their infinite wisdom, well, and AMC also, used this tapered hub thing where this is actually pressed onto the axle of the truck.
Let's see if we can even get drums.
And can't get drums at a parts store because it's a Dodge. Well, let's ignore the brakes for now and see if we have a clutch.
What do we got in there?
Not too bad. There is a clutch.
Yeah, it's there.
Yep.
Doesn't look like there's much left of it.
There's a pressure plate, too.
It's there. Flywheel.
Oh, hey, cool.
All 3 things are there. You might as well hold off on this till we get the hydraulic side of it working, and then we can see it open and check it.
Alright, Dodge in their infinite wisdom decided to put nuts and bolts for this.
Somebody got mad at the clutch.
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah.
They really hit that, didn't they?
Yeah.
Chrysler, in their infinite wisdom, uses pipe threads in the master cylinder, so you have to use a pipe to flare adapter in the master cylinder. And the bottom hole is a plug. But you better have that hole in there, just in case.
Yes.
I'll go straighten this for them. Oh, good. I don't think it was bent. I think it's on its last thread because it's adjusted out all the way. Yep. Not broken. Just on the very, very last thread. That's not a good sign. This is the only time using Teflon tape on a master cylinder or any brake component is acceptable.
When you actually have pipe threads.
Mm-hmm. You don't use them on flare threads. Even though brake fluid will eat Teflon tape, so I'm not sure how this is going to work, but
well,
good luck. I'm going to try to get the bleeder loose on the original slave cylinder so we don't have to change it. And if that works, then, well, we don't have to touch anything. We'll just leave all the lines and it'll be just fine. Slave cylinder is down there. Hydraulic clutch. You got a master cylinder, pushes fluid through it, moves the slave cylinder, moves the clutch fork, opens the pressure plate. Things happen. Broke free.
that's one thing I love about these trucks out in the plains. They might be dirty, filthy. I mean, dirt. There was dirt. but the stuff isn't like corroded. It's rusty, you gotta brush it, but everything comes loose.
We're going to bench bleed the clutch master cylinder on the bench, otherwise known as the truck. I guess while you fiddle with that, I'll replace the voltage regulator, you know, the hard stuff. This is a pretty basic regulator. This would be handy to use on like anything. The good thing about having a few guys on something is you can kind of work on several things at the same time. Eliminate some of these things that we know are problems, like it wasn't charging, so I'm sure just throwing a regulator at it will fix that. No, throwing a regulator on it would not fix that. It doesn't look great.
No.
But the wiring going to it also doesn't look great. It's all taped together and stuff, so I'm just not going to do anything about it though.
Down slow. Up.
Voltage regulator's changed. That's totally fixed and we'll never need addressed again. Now we're going to bleed this slave cylinder. Give it a couple of pumps. Absolutely nothing.
We're gonna have to make a line.
You can't move the pedal because one of these hoses is plugged or collapsed or something. Cut the hose. You already got fluid dripping out of it.
So that means the slave cylinder's solidly stuck and screwed.
Yeah, so he cut the hose down here. The pedal was not going to the floor. It was deadheading into something. We were hoping it'd be a hose. It's not. It's the slave cylinder. So, unfortunately, now Richie's just going to have to change that slave cylinder. God, I mean, I just feel bad for you.
I really do.
I'll tell you what, I'll put the cap and rotor on it while you do that.
There we go.
Just so, you know, I'll take on the hard stuff.
Yeah, you can trade.
It's just completely stuck down in there.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, we found the problem.
As a gracious host, it's always important to take on the hard jobs yourself, you know. Make it easier on your guests. So I'll do the cap and rotor, and I might even put plug wires on it. That's just the kind of nice guy that I am. But I won't put points in it because that would be hard. I mean, it'd be too easy. There's absolutely nothing wrong with these plug wires. When they hold their shape like this, that's when they're the best. Slave cylinder installed.
With line.
Wow. I don't mean to brag, but there's 4 spark plug wires installed too.
Yeah, how about these 4?
No, not yet.
Okay. You ready to do bleeding operations there, sir?
Yeah. Give it a few pumps. There we go. Fluid. I can see the fork moving. I think we're working. Alright, you want to hit the clutch? It is separating, and you do have... There is a clutch in it. I think it's stuck to the flywheel. I can get a screwdriver between it and it moves, so it may be a little stuck, but I think it'll unstick fairly easily. Yeah, rear U-joint needs replaced. I think front U-joint's okay, but...
I got U-joints and straps.
We could get this out if you really want to. So we'll just ignore that for now and do brakes instead.
Yeah. Well, if somebody would finish the plug wires.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
Why you keep throwing away these good parts? Nothing wrong with this. Perfectly fine. Hoard this away. I got all the plug wires on. One of them is like a guitar string though, so yeah, it's the Rock Auto Specials. You got one short one.
D-cord?
Yeah.
That's all right then.
Yep.
That'll mesh with the exhaust note.
So I suppose I'll tear into the fuel pump, which is under the alternator. This is bad.
It's just a little stiff.
In my professional estimation, I would say that it is bad. I'll put a fuel pump on.
Okay.
Have fun with brakes.
We're going to put a master cylinder on.
Again.
Well, this is a brake one.
That's totally different. This is kind of amazing.
Okay.
Hey, Jim, I think this might have been leaking.
Just a skosh.
No. Fuel in this.
Down nice and slow.
My God, it was working. New fuel pump installed. Different style, though. So I took the old metal line to the carb, and we're going to use it here, put it on something like that, and then we'll just run a rubber line in the filter straight to the carb. It's not ideal, but it'll work. Working next to the roasted goat here, we got new roasted goat shirts on polebarnmerch.com. Cool yellow, cool print. Highly recommend. Very comfy shirt, too.
You keep forgetting to plug your website.
Oh, yeah.
Polebarnmerch.com.
Yeah, well...
I knew I was here for something.
Yeah, I thought you were just here to get this piece of shit out of my yard.
Hey, this is a fine piece of automotive American machinery.
I'm going to make the probably really dumb decision to try to clean this gas tank. I think it'll clean up, so let me get this out of here. It might be boat tanking it.
Okay.
I think it's got a hole in it. The brake's coming.
Pretty good. We got that side's done. Just got to pack the bearings, put the drum on. Okay. We're changing the hose on this side.
Well, the gas tank, I kind of I have doubts about this. So it's totally empty. That rust down there kind of tells me it's a seeper. That's what these usually do. They don't just like leak, but they seep through the porous metal. We're gonna put some water in it and see if it comes out. I figured just in case this thing doesn't leak, I'd put a little super clean in there, concentrate it down, and let that sit, and it'll eat that varnish out of that tank. Give it, 15-20 minutes, so just check it out. Hey Jim, you know they say the cream rises to the top? The shit rises to the top in this. I have determined that this gas tank is perfectly fine. It needs nothing. I ground off the rust. It's fine. Behold my genius. What we're gonna do is strap this fuel tank to the Kia cart, fill it with toilet bowl cleaners, and then drive it around in circles in the yard, with water, of course, to agitate. Yes. Now, I didn't do very good in chemistry class, but I'm pretty sure all those ingredients mean that these are very acidic, which means they will eat rust and conveniently fit right in the gas tank. Yeah, what do you guys think? Huh? Am I like the smartest guy ever, or what?
Well, it's gonna be entertaining, that's for sure.
See?
Are we gonna cap that?
Well, I mean, you got
And
that.
put some duct tape. Well, that is every time it goes this way, it's gonna slosh.
A little tape, probably.
A little tape around that. We'll let it slosh out the top.
Yeah, we lose a little. I mean, it'll be all right. I'll see you guys later.
All right. You said it takes about a month?
Yeah.
All right. See you in 3 weeks.
Meanwhile, on board the Kia washing machine. It's got to agitate, It's time for the spin cycle. Oh, shit. Fuel tank's refurbished.
Fuel tank's done? Well, since you did the fuel tank, I'm doing the fuel processing device.
Excellent.
We do have a backup Taiwanese
Yep.
right there, and but I always like to use the original whenever I can.
Those suck. So
I'm going to be scraping the 40 years of shit off the outside, so that I can actually take it apart and not make it worse by letting all that fall inside of it.
I'm gonna toss the alternator on it.
Okay. He's got the radiator in.
We got to let this thing finish marinating. I mean, that's part of the process. You got to ditch this old alternator. Got a reman unit. Richie's got a new radiator in this thing. It's really fancy radiator there.
For all the racing it's going to be doing.
Oh yeah, that's the racing radiator. It says racing right on it.
There you go.
Yeah. We better replace this exciter wire for this. It's pretty bad. So this isn't going to work. The case is different and it runs right into the head. Can't imagine it's because it's a 2-groove pulley, but that was the difference that they offered. So I ordered the other one. It'll be here tomorrow. On a whim, I tried to take the guts out of the new alternator and shove them into the old alternator's case, and that didn't really work. They didn't fit together right. So this is together, but I can't tighten the case all the way down for some reason, or it locks up. How'd the carb rebuild go, Jim?
Perfect. Did you see that? You polished the case.
Wow.
The kit was the absolute wrong kit.
Well,
so,
yeah, again, the truck was built on Wednesday or Tuesday. I don't remember.
Well, no, it was Tuesday before noon. If it would have been after lunch, it'd have been the right one.
Yep.
And if it was before lunch and it would have been blue or white, we'd have had the right kit. But that was the kit for the red ones.
Yep.
On another note, I told Richie, he said, why don't you go back and fiddle with that passenger door since it's been soaking all day, and he walked over and opened it right up.
Yeah.
So we're not going to shut it again.
We're getting pretty close to getting this thing to like run on its own. Let's see how the gas tank turned out. I'm sure it's totally refurbished. Doesn't look like there's a bunch of crap floating out of it. So either this did nothing or it's not that bad in there. Alright, so it's possible those weren't my best idea. But it did make the water blue.
It's a fresh smelling fuel tank.
I think it smells great in there now. They're gonna let that air dry overnight. Behold the jag tank. I'm gonna hook it up to the factory metal line that runs into the cab. Simply attach here run out the filler neck hole and into the bed if we have to. But I bet that gas tank's good to go. Bleeding, eh?
Oh yeah.
Working, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gooey. All right, we'll hop the other side.
All right, you're on jag tank duty. I gotta go get a fuel filter. Enjoy. It's kind of an honor.
Thank you.
Okay. We're ready to make noise, potentially. Well, these are new problems. Got any fuel yet?
No.
That's interesting.
It's the float stuck shut.
Oh.
Probably.
Deadheading.
Yeah. Oh, I just heard it
Yeah.
between. Okay. All right, let's try it.
So you know that's a good sign on that carburetor, right?
Yeah, right. Wrap that one over there. Just wrap it over.
Still fire. Shit.
There we go. What's left is in the throat. It's fine. Crank it, suck that down. Crank it loose here, I guess. See if we can get fuel to here.
See if we got fuel up to there.
Yep.
Jim filled the fuel line down to the fuel pump with brake clean to try to prime the pump. Let's crank on it like this and just see if it starts squirting.
Well, that was some nasty shit.
Well, it shot the brake clean out. I flushed the fuel line, sort of, but I did spray brake clean back through it, but maybe that wasn't enough. Still no fuel pumped up?
Nope.
Is that the oil pressure sender?
Might be.
I think the oil pressure sender's got a hole in it. It's a mechanical gauge.
Yeah.
You can put a pipe plug in that oil sender just so it's not geysering. Now I want to see if this thing will suck fuel out of this bottle. If it will, then we know that something's wrong with this line, which is very likely, and hopefully it hasn't murdered the fuel pump. All we want to do is see if that'll suck it up.
Yep. Yeah, it's sucking it up.
It's running.
Stop sucking. Stop sucking.
It did?
Yep, like the float stuck again. Yep, suck it down.
Oh, look at your filter though.
That is nasty.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So fuel pump's fine. We need to run a new line to the back of the truck. Maybe get that tank boiled, you know.
You better get home, yeah.
Yeah,
Run
'cause-
a little tank at home.
I do. It does look clean, but that varnish sticks to the walls, and it's stuck to the line to the front.
Yeah, well,
And
this was squealing a lot.
Well, yeah, that's seized.
yeah, it literally wasn't even turning.
Yeah.
Oh,
my
shit.
my reman alternator.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I tried. Fast forwarding a little bit here to tell you that this video is brought to you by Liquid IV. I literally keep Liquid IV in my toolbox. We're basically out here cooking in a convection oven on this concrete pad, and you get the heat from the bottom and the heat from the top. You get dehydrated. When you get dehydrated, you get especially stupid. So we're gonna try to prevent that with Liquid IV.
Wait a minute, more stupid than normal?
Here, rainbow sherbet.
Awesome.
My new favorite flavor of theirs.
Belly up to the 63 Dodge D100 bar.
Tear, pour, hydrate. And it hydrates better than water alone.
Us car guys, like hunting dogs. We get on the trail or something, we keep going until we find the problem fixed. Forget to stop and drink.
When you do that, bad things happen, especially when you're out here in the blazing sun. It's very hot out. If you want to try Liquid IV, use my discount code. You get 20% off your whole order.
Tastes good.
It's delicious. I love the rainbow sherbet one. Tastes like rainbow sherbet.
Funny. They should call it that.
We're going to chug these down and get back to work on the truck.
I'm ahead of you already. I chugged mine. What are you waiting on?
I'm sipper. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, sir. Hard at it.
Yeah, U-joints.
New joints.
What's Richie on?
He's doing fuel line. We've got oil pressure gauge in and mounted. We have the temp gauge ran, but the plug in the intake we pull out is a slightly smaller pipe thread, so we have to go find an adapter.
We decided to play Alternator bingo this morning and hope we got the other style case. And we didn't. We got a case that doesn't look like either case we had, but it fits better. Well, we're going to put a starter solenoid on it, and thankfully the solenoid for this truck is made out of Mopar unobtainium because it's a Mopar. So we're going to put a Ford style solenoid on it, which should be fine.
That'll make it last forever.
Here's what we got here is this big heavy red wire here is going to be our crank trigger. This orange wire is going to be coming from the key to trigger it, and that's because Dodge uses two solenoids. I don't really know why, except for to possibly buffer the other solenoid. I'm not I don't know, but my 59 is the exact same way.
Maybe both trucks were built on a Tuesday.
We put a Ford solenoid on my 59 and it seems to work, kind of. So I'm sure it'll work here. What I'm going to do is take the starter solenoid trigger wire here and I'm going to put it on the output side of this solenoid. We'll input the key switch on this terminal here. That's going to send power here. Crank. Then all the battery connections will still go on this load. Well, let's see if this works. And hey, can everybody just tell me how smart I am?
Very smart.
Thank you.
Are you going to pay me?
No.
Oh. No.
I bought you an alternator after I ruined your.
I tell you what, I'll tell you just because I like you. So in true pole barn fashion, what are we doing here, Doug?
I'm going to shoot a self-tamper in it. It is very important that you ground your solenoid. It has to be bolted to metal. Otherwise, the magnet in it won't work. There won't be anything for the polarity to go to. So it does have to be bolted down, or if you bolt it to plastic, you got to have a ground strap on it. Topping off the rear end lube. I mean, that's a step I wouldn't take.
What's that?
This is... You're restoring this now. Pretty low. At least you got room for that bottle, though. Richie's topping off the transmission. Again, full resto work. Well, we should be ready to fire it and actually run it, theoretically. We got a new fuel system plumbed, new fuel filter, and a charging system, theoretically. A temperature gauge. What luxury.
That way I know a little bit before it blows up that it's going to blow up.
I like
so
that.
I can get off the side of the road.
Don't ask, no tell. Just run it till it's windowed. Like that Mercury.
Like the Mercury wagon.
I had to gauge in that, see if we wouldn't have had that, it would have just been a surprise. Fill the bowls.
Bowl, singular. See if I can hit the hole.
While the truck was running, we did unfortunately discover that it was not charging, despite the new alternator, repaired wiring, and new voltage regulator.
We have a gear. Where's the reverse on
And so we have no charging system. I hooked the body ground back up to where it goes underneath the voltage regulator. Maybe that regulator needs to be grounded, or wasn't grounded well enough on its own. I had power going to the exciter, which is triggered by the regulator on these. There's a sense wire right here on the regulator. This measures battery voltage. It has power. And then the green wire goes to the exciter. That turns the alternator on. Then when it reaches a certain amount of power on the sense wire, it quits charging, and then, you know, that's how it keeps your battery up. That could be out of adjustment, or something else is going on here. Not sure what. Unfortunately, this would devolve into a catastrophe of Mopar wiring issues. Things only went south from here. We keep having intermittent power supply issues with this thing. We've kind of torn the whole thing apart, actually, to the point of desperation. Bypassed the amp gauge because it seems to have shorted, killed the truck. Possible that that short traveled back here to right here, this big guy here, That terminal was corroded and just snapped right off as soon as we unplugged it from here. So we're going to bypass that, cut it right here, run through that hole we drilled, hook it together on the other side, hope for the best. Well, that didn't work. The whole truck is wired through the headlight switch, so our next best bet is try to get the headlight switch out, clean it up, and see what that does. After a huge effort, we got the headlight switch out of the truck. Good work. Oh my God, look at the corrosion in that.
I know.
Solid blue. So as soon as you got done pulling that thing out, the truck cranks.
Yes, now it starts.
It's related to that. I'd leave her dangling for now. She's all refurbished though. I'll hook the battery up and let's see if it cranks. I have the alternator grounded to case through that field terminal there. We have like 8 volts going into the positive field terminal, which is apparently not enough to excite it. So I did this. Voila, we're charging. However, we're charging without a regulator, which is bad. So what that pretty much means is the alternator works, the regulator or associated wiring is bad. I dug the old regulator out of the scrap pile, and it seems to be functional inside. These are mechanical. There's a pair of contact points there, and basically you hit enough voltage and it opens up, and then it needs voltage, it closes and charges. That's it. It's just on and off.
Do we want to open this one or not?
Yeah, let's open up the new one and see if it's stuck. Because, you know, I don't necessarily trust this old one, but it does appear to be functional. Is it stuck?
Oh.
No, it appears to work just fine. I don't know how to test them. I know you got to load test them. After deciding that the new regulator was not worth our time, I threw the original voltage regulator back on, and we were charging. So with that dilemma out of the way, we decided to strap the hood down and put this thing on the road for the first time in 40 years.
Main voyage.
Like an infant taking its first steps, Jim gingerly backed it off the pad and took it for a spin in the yard before we hit the asphalt. Says the brakes aren't very good.
Are you going out to the road?
Yeah.
Like the bad old days. Audio. Not a bad old truck at all. It's a nice ride back here. Back, baby. Might need some shocks. Everything up here.
I got 40 to 50 pounds of oil pressure running 190. She ain't got, I don't think we're getting full throttle.
Yeah, I don't sound like it.
That's matted. 190 on the temp. She needs shocks very badly.
Yeah, I noticed back there. Is that brake or clutch?
Brakes.
Brake.
That's brakes. They need to bed in bad. They're getting better, but they need to bed in.
They're working double time, just having fronts.
Yeah.
I think they decided to put some shocks on it, so JD's here jacking it up, and then Jay, we're just gonna sit back and watch.
Okay, sounds good.
Voila, new shocks.
Bingo. Yeah, I'm glad you did this. I was getting a little seasick in the bed of it.
She was a little springy. See, I only got this much travel before it hits the floor.
I'm gonna ride in here this time.
Right up. 10 degrees after a hot soak. I can already tell the difference with the shocks.
We took the old truck down the road again to test out the new shocks and also to go put some fresh gas in it. The gas in that boat tank was of questionable origin.
That's it, that's all right there.
Yeah. I think that arm is adjustable on the car.
Yeah, I think we're going to try to get a little more out of it.
47, 48.
I got her to the wood.
50. The beauty of the boat tank is you can fill up on either side.
I got her on the passenger side for now.
That's a 12-gallon boat tank. Cut that pretty close. This door don't latch, I guess.
It does. Just ratchet strap latch.
Uh-huh.
That's approved.
Uh,
Look at that. I'm happy. Let me
Not bad.
to read.
I think we're down to, let's get some lights for you.
I'll get the desk tomorrow on the seat.
Hey, we got a side project. We got to get the front seat out of that Lincoln so you could put it in the Mercero/Mercero, whatever.
Now it's the Mercero Country Squire.
Yeah, so you wood grained it.
Where do you see that?
You, of course, will see that at Duct Tape Drags 2024, hosted by David Freiberger in Vice Grip Garage. And not me, but I will be there. So get your tickets, try to get there. I'd like to see you. I will have $5,000 in free merchandise to give away there. That equates to about 500 t-shirts and I think about 800 cup koozies that I don't want to bring any of it home. So make sure you get out there and get some. We're just going to extract this seat. It's not coming out. The Kia cart might make it happen though. This is your machine, JD. You know how to operate it best. Pretty much you're just going to drive as fast as you can forward. But don't go into the pond. That would be bad.
I don't plan to.
It worked.
Well.
Oh!
Sliced it like a Ginsu knife.
That's how you do it right there.
So Richie's leaving us early, abandoning me.
Yeah.
Leaving me to drive back to Iowa on my own. But no, he's heading back. He's got to get back to work. So drive safe. Thank you for all your help. It's been a blast. So
Thanks for doing the shit work so I don't have to.
and thanks for doing more of the shit work so I didn't have to.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Not a problem. Drive safe, buddy.
Well, sir, this is probably your last morning of wrenching.
Yes, it is. We have a list of things.
Not a lot.
No, we got new throttle return spring. Touch up a couple wiring things that we just did temporary for testing.
Tail lights.
Tail lights, brake lights.
Lenses.
Oh, seat. Yes, this here.
Oh, yeah.
This, not very comfortable.
Yeah, Jess will take care of this. I'll fix this coil wire that's made out of speaker wire. Jess is going to do some upholstery work.
Yeah, that's what we'll call it.
With some curtains. Oh, those are blackout curtains. Those are good ones.
Yeah, on clearance.
Jess works on upholstery. Let's see if we can get some lights back here and figure we see if we got power on the socket before we go too crazy. Yours is original-ish looking?
Ish.
Mine's got 78 layers of electrical tape on it.
Mine's just
Oh,
straight yellow wires.
mine's been eaten a little bit. Yeah, you need brake lights first, then
Yep.
driving lights. Turn signals are optional. Looks like our brake light switch is kind of AFU. Let's see what we can figure out. Here's the brake light switch, and as you can tell, that's a unique Mopar only brake light switch that you can't buy because it's a Mopar. Let's flush this thing and see if it cleans up. So you do a basic continuity test. I've got a fluke here, and I'm going to put it onto the ohm setting. Now if you have like a cheapy multimeter, the continuity test is going to be an arrow with a dot next to it.
They're real handy if you have one that just makes an audible sound for you.
Yep, and this one does. Right now, the plunger's out, which means the brake pedal would be pushed in. Well, this way, pushed in, releasing the plunger, and it works. Now, continuity, brake lights are on, brake lights are off. Brake lights are on, brake lights are off. And that's a basic continuity test. So before you just, willy-nilly throw parts at something, just do a basic test like that and save yourself a couple bucks. We've managed to find the brake light wire to the back of the truck, and we do have power on it, but very poor power.
Well, it's better now, I bet.
I bet so. After cleaning the firewall plug,
It was just full of dirt.
yeah, that's literally your brake lights there. But you know what else that is? I bet you $1 you're supposed to have your turn signals and driving lights out of that too.
Yeah, I bet you we don't.
That is a fine looking trailer light. I mean, tail light.
Hey, it'll be just fine. We'll get that. Look at that.
Clear packing tape. You could shoot a screw through the edge of that thing and hit one of the factory holes. Just
There
about.
you go.
We're all hooked up. Just ran the one wire that had power down there when the brake pedal was hit. Ran both of them to it.
See, we got brake lights.
Yeah, hook it up.
Battery on.
This ran a new wire all the way from front to back. Even after running a new wire all the way from the front of the truck to the back, we still had no brake lights. Very poor voltage. Well, we've determined it is a body ground. The truck is not grounded to anything. Made a strap here, just going from the frame to the box. It's actually sparking as I hook it up.
Brake lights on. Update. Ranger has been pressed into loaner duty. This is my fine loaner for the week.
Yes.
Thank you, Dalton.
Of course.
Badass. I told him, I said I might have to screw around and take it home with me.
Yeah, well, not yet.
Okay.
Maybe one day. I fixed the hood latch with a throttle return spring.
Always the best.
Seems to work. So as long as it doesn't get in the way of anything up here, you should have a functioning hood latch at least. There we are.
Awesome.
It's guaranteed to work several times. You're trying to get a little more throw out of the throttle on this thing.
Yeah, half throttle just ain't cut.
No, gonna need more than that. We're gonna make this comfy enough for two because I'm going with him.
Okay.
Okay. Just recovered the seat. Huh? Now it's super comfy.
Ooh,
Final test run.
a very nice seat cover.
Much better in here.
Way more comfortable than the spare springs.
This is our final test run. Heading to town just to buzz it around a little bit. Get a couple more miles on it and then we'll go.
Straight down the road.
Well, it made it to Dad's house, which is the mark that, yeah, it'll make it 325 miles in the morning.
Confident maiden voyage before tomorrow.
Yeah, second test drive went good. Just some piddly BS stuff left. Air cleaner.
Air cleaner, really.
That's it, I think. Maybe if you wanted to drop the oil again.
Yeah, I do want to do that.
We'll probably do that stuff and then see you tomorrow. We'll be off to Iowa soon. Some odd miles to go.
340 or something, yeah. A lot.
Dump change. The NHRA approved fuel system here, gonna top her off.
With backup.
Reserve.
Yes.
I'll look at the belt next stop.
Yeah, it's kind of
It only
snugged up.
squeals when it's charging, and it only charges like every 15 or 20 minutes. So.
So we're only running points ignition, so
Yeah.
it's not using a lot of electricity.
Doesn't need very much at all. Got a new warning light on.
I noticed that.
What the hell's that about?
Have no idea.
Well, I hope it's a good warning light.
Well, let's see. We got 13 volts, 40 some pounds of oil pressure, 190 degrees. Fine.
Speed!
Handles like a Ferrari. Jesus.
Everything was going great in the Dodge until, as is tradition, disaster struck. The hood of the truck said, I'm gonna head out now. I don't think my hood lamps work.
I can't see shit.
Alright.
Well, that's an attention getter, now, isn't it?
God damn, no kidding. That sucks.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Well,
Good news is...
windshield's fine.
Yes. My hood latch might have been working,
It is.
but this...
Came loose.
Yeah, either there weren't bolts in it, we didn't notice, or
They were
it
loose.
fell out or something. We popped most of it out.
Oh, hey, it's still a roadside body work. Nothing to worry about.
Yeah. Stole a bolt from there, tighten this down. It'll probably work, and then let's throw a bungee on it.
Yeah, I'm a little, yeah. I got a strap.
Oh good, the police. I didn't want to hold my camera up at them, but yeah, they don't care around here mostly. You get the safety strap on, just in case, you know. Just a little hiccup. After our little hiccup, we were back on the road north.
Look, I'm sorry. If we can drive faster than you, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Alright, well, we're about, 55 miles, thereabouts.
About 55 miles, ain't you?
And really, nothing new to report. Old Dodge keeps humming.
Going out this way. Definitely smell the brakes up here. That's okay. Let's see how much oil we're hemorrhaging. It's full. Everything looks pretty good. Said 66. They got 8 gallons. 8.25. So 8 miles a gallon.
Not bad.
Yeah, that's fine. All in all, doing pretty good. So we'll just keep trucking. We got about 290 more miles to go.
Back on the highway. We've got about another 70 miles or so. So we probably need fuel relatively soon. We're just about to Iowa.
coming. I bet you I'm faster than him.
I bet so too.
It's really dusty in here.
Yes, it is. My shorts. I was covered.
Look at my bag.
Oh yeah. My phone, I have to wipe it off every 5 miles.
Ultra fine Kansas dust. Let's see if we used any oil.
Apparently the wind's pretty strong.
Well, anyway, that makes it a lot easier to get to here. It's about a pint low.
Okay.
We're gonna give it a splash just to stay on the safe side here. Oh, what to do about this? Oh, it tore the tab off the truck, that's why. It's even flatter than it was before.
Yeah.
By the time we get home, this thing's bound to be straight.
Take a peek at the pinion, see how bad that's leaking.
Yeah. It has healed, or it's dry.
One or the other, it's all good.
We're off again.
And away we go.
Damn near to Iowa. Smell that?
Yeah, those lids are on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I smell it again.
Pull off up
Yeah.
there and just take a peek since we don't have a fire extinguisher.
See anything?
Nothing?
What's the fuel pump look like? There's nothing leaking there.
Pressure on the line. Maybe it was just nothing.
Maybe it was the car that passed us the other way.
It's very possible. Always not a bad idea to look, though.
Yeah,
Someone who's had a couple of car fires, you know,
just a couple.
just pull off and look, you know. Don't just keep driving. It's an ugly Ranchero GT. I think we've toured every Casey's from my
Yes.
house to here.
Well, we're supporting a Midwest company.
Holy shit! Look at that fan. I'm not opening the hood.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's fine. It's a pretty good old truck.
Look at the compensator.
Yeah.
He thinks he's cool. He probably thinks I'm videoing him because I think his truck is cool.
Look at him, he's got a little pull at him.
Yeah, that's not a truck. This is the truck.
Yeah.
It does what it's supposed to do. You don't need everybody to know how tiny it is. Oh, goodness. Got 8 miles to our next fuel stop. Every time you let off the gas, it sounds like pop and Jiffy Pop.
It sounds even better when you shift. Nice big one. Ah.
Another Casey's.
No, I think we're gonna
Oh,
there's a hit and go. I don't know. I think we have our choice.
Changing it up on me.
I don't know. We're gonna see what we have a veritable buffet of convenience stores.
7.5 gallons. Not the most fuel efficient vehicle, but it is a damn good vehicle. We're getting pretty close to Jim's place, where I'm going to be buying an ex-cop car of his. He has a side hustle where he sells retired government vehicles, and then I'm going to drive home in it. But this Dodge has impressed me, I gotta say. Let's go get one of your fancy retired cop cars for me to buy. The old Dodge remained trouble-free for the remainder of our trip, and we made it to Jim's place with no issue at all. You can put this in the garage, or...
Hey, pretty girl! Oh, we're gonna come right up and say hi.
Hello.
Yep. Oh, you. I see you. You miss Daddy. Come on, out. Let's go. I have to unlock Dalton's door. Hang on.
Ah, yes.
Perfect.
I gotta say, that was pretty uneventful.
Yeah. Sorry, not sorry. I guess.
Yeah. I mean, there's just I don't know, man. There's not a lot of. There's no. I mean, the hood flew up. That kind of sucks.
But look at it now. I mean,
it just blends right in.
Well,
this is a pretty good truck.
It's a damn good truck. I'm pleased. You're gonna see. I'm gonna do a lot with this one. This one's staying around. I think Pam wants to name it Duke.
Oh, Duke's
8 hours. But what do we have? Like 6 stops because we pulled over once to check stuff. So 5 fuel stops and 1 check-on stop.
Well, we drove all back roads.
All back roads.
You know, so it's
55, 60s cruising speed in this old girl. Because these trucks were made to work out on the ramp. These weren't freeway cruising machines.
No, even when this truck was brand new, this wouldn't have been like the thing you hopped in and drove cross country with the family. You would have taken your station wagon or your sedan. Not this. This is for work. Most people didn't even have trucks back then. Now everybody has to have one. Hey, it made it here. Now here's the kicker here.
This happened at lunch yesterday.
Yeah. So I wasn't gonna go with Jim. I was just gonna give him a camera and say goodbye. And then I was like, maybe I should go. And then I remembered that Jim sells government vehicles through his company, P71
Enterprises.
P71 Enterprises. And anyway, he said he's got a police spec Tahoe, 2-wheel drive Tahoe from Chicago.
Pursuit model.
With my name on it. And I was I could use that maybe. I don't know.
You said you wanted a P71 Crown Vic.
Yeah.
So then we started looking at those, and then I told him about this Tahoe, and I showed him the pictures. Like, I need that.
I think I do. So we're going to probably run over there, figure out what that is. I don't know. Maybe you'll see that on like outside the barn or something. But this video is done. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we will see you guys later.
Pick up stuff. Don't forget, polebarnmerch.com.
Or do forget.
Yes, come on.